Hello and welcome to Age of Empires 2. So I managed to find this new map on the Steam Workshop, which is Runescape Castle Wars map. So it's Runescape within Age of Empires, so basically my two favourite games combined. So let's see how this goes. So you start with the town centre, which is a bit weird. And I've decided to go straight for building a barracks, which don't know whether that's the best idea, because I forgot I'm the Huns, so I don't have houses, which is quite nice. And then I realised there's trees all around me, so this is your base, which is actually separated from the rest of the map. So I'm in a little enclosed area. I'm connected to my ally, so I can have trade with them, but that's about it. So yeah, kind of realised that I need to get my economy up and going, which, since you start with no sheep and no boar, is a bit slow. So yeah, you start with a scout and your barracks in this little area down in the bottom right corner, and the enemies will be in the opposite corner. All the people playing this match don't seem to have played this before, so including myself, we have no idea what we're doing. Just exploring. There's lots of cliffs. This is like the base. So, for those who don't know, Castle Wars in RuneScape is a capture the flag game. It's got 3 routes to the enemy's castle, which has their flag. Capture the flag, take it back to your base. In this, there's one less route because you don't get an underground pass. You only get a middle pass, bottom, and a top route. So it's almost like a sort of Dota League of Legends style map with 3 lanes. Whereas in actual Castle Wars you get more than that because you get an underground section. So you build up my economy and advance through the ages. So I'm off to go and explore where their base is exactly. And I will, so yeah, say where the enemy base is. So there's that wall there, which they can stand troops on to go and defend with. And my scout just died. And that's because when it goes across a certain line, that line where it died on, your troops automatically die, so the enemy aren't allowed to cross that path. And we've got one on our own, so that means you can have recruitment constantly going. And I won't need loom because, oh yeah, I'm enclosed. I can't be attacked by villagers. Just need to constantly make villages. Got the population cap on 200. So yeah, everyone can reach 200 population. I imagine it will reach that. I didn't want to set it higher than that because otherwise it would just get lag. So I'm going to go fast forward while I can build up my eco and get to the feudal age. Okay, I'm now in the Feudal Age, and this means that I now have some more buildings which automatically appear down at the bottom of it for recruitment. So yeah, I'm quite low on wood at the moment, so I can't get enough arms. But I need lots of food, lots of wood. I got a random militia. So those flags are where you take your the enemy's flag and you put it in your area. Flag is actually a king in this map. So you go and grab a king and you escort him back to your flag to get a point. You win by getting 20 points. And whoever's in the area has the king of their colour. You can only get one king at a time. So I now have a archery range and a stable, which is quite nice. You don't have to go and build all that. So you save a bit of wood there. Yeah, may as well upgrade because I'm the Huns, so I get good cavalry. So prepare myself for that. So I'm going to make myself a bunch of scout cavalry. Use these to try and capture a king and explore properly and get this game rolling. So yeah, a lot of economy kind of based stuff in this. So I've got one scout. I'll send them all off to the middle. I've got this random little merchant just acting as a scout in case the enemy try to walk into and take our flag. So yeah, Castle Wars in Runescape is kinda interesting because of never mind. There's a bunch of grey what's they called? Men-at-arms? Yeah, men-at-arms. Walking across to my base. Try and find where they've gone. There they are. Cut them down. Yep. Got a market and blacksmith, so I'm getting ready to go to Castle Age now. Since a lot of players don't know what they're doing, I've gone for cavalry quite early on. Just try and run in there and take a king. Hopefully they're not really defended. That's my hope anyway. A bunch more scouts. Oops. I often do that, selecting mining camp instead of lumber camp. So yeah, I've got cartography so I can see what allies I've got. So one of my allies is in Castle Age, so he gets a castle, and also a siege workshop. So that's all the buildings you get. And a bit of the map is explored. So green's got a couple of archers. Green is the Spanish. So there's lots of conquistadors. And green scouted up to where we're to actually go. So you head up this random cliff face, which is basically the same as ours, and go up to their flags. I've got cavalry, not infantry. I don't know if they've got anyone defending. Someone else went and lost their scouts across that line. So I go into the flags and I get myself a king. And you walk him all the way back to your flag. And that gives you a point. Which, it takes quite a while for him to travel back. Once he's out of their base, you're pretty much secured, although, to be honest. Now to use all my scouts to try and protect my king, so my king can just walk away. Quite a few troops there from Orange. So on my team, we are Saradomin, which is the Runescape god. He's the blue guy, and then the other team is the red team, which is Zamorak, which is sort of his rival god in RuneScape. So let's get my king all the way back. I'm going out to the Castle Age now. Last one going up, which is a bit bad, but at least I'm capturing a flag and they're not yet. So yellow's got Word Raiders, he's the Celts, and is going to take out the enemy. For some reason, they're making Tarkans not the greatest units against other units, they're best against buildings. So yeah, put my king in the flagged area and get myself a point. We have 1 point, 1 out of 20. And just about to reach the Castle Age. So I'm going to let yellow go and get himself a king. So now he's got a king, and he's going to walk him back. So now it's just a matter of getting a bunch of troops and just keep taking kings. So I'm going to go and fast forward a bit, and then we'll see things end up like. Okay, so now skip forward and everyone's in the Imperial Age, and we can now see pretty much the entire map. So we can see the 3 lanes, and yeah, they've all started getting their troops and we've got our troops, and yeah, makes it, as you can see, all those troops just walking across that line just dying because they're getting too close. Which is annoying because he's a Briton, so he's got his silly longbowman, which will just camp inside his base. Right, red Spanish, he's got lots of conquistadors. But yeah, so because of it's going to be lots and lots of units, it's quite important that we get our trash units because gold is going to quickly run out. So we need to be able to constantly spam out those trash units, which are hussars, elite skirmishers, and halberdiers. And then see how that goes. Now that's quite a big army of conquistadors from red, which is good. We'll have orange just resigned. Not really sure why. I think it's because he doesn't see it going anywhere or can't see himself winning, which is a bit of a shame because now it's 4v3, so they kind of can't keep up with production because you should be at 200 population pretty much all the time. Which is a bit annoying. So got our troops, and they're just streaming across the map. And all these conquistadors taking out Purple's Paladin and Cyan's or Turquoise's Longbowman. And then Yellow coming in with his Onagers, doing massive amounts of damage. Fully built up economy now. Just keep spamming out trade carts. All the gold's disappeared now, pretty much. Only on the one town centre. It's only really needed to have one town centre because your economy doesn't get harassed, and you've only got one set of production buildings. So that's the conquistadors now in the middle, making kings which keep getting annihilated straight away by those longbowmen. But now they can finally move. So Red's getting kings steadily, and we're just going to go and sit in their base for a while. So I'll speed things up again, or skip forward again, to where it might get more interesting, or when we get close to winning or something. Okay, so now with 4 against 3, it's pretty stalemate-y. Cyan has a ton of longbowmen sitting on the edge, which we can't really do anything about because he's got a lot of them and they annihilate anything that goes near them. And he can't move them up because, and then if we try to attack with cavalry or something, he'll just run them back inside his base, which is not very fun. However, we're just sort of sitting outside their base, so it's a bit stalemate-y. We're gradually getting some kings. However, Purple looks like he's made a push into our base, so we need to go and deal with that. He's got a king, but it's me and Red who's got his conquistadors back, so that should take out all of Purple's troops. So it's good that Purple's pushed out, but yeah, look at those hand cannons just getting annihilated by those longbowmen, and they're just kind of sitting and taking out anything that escapes the base. And we're gradually getting kings because Green's sitting in their flags, and Purple's army is dead. So yeah, not much is happening now. It's very stalemate-y. I don't know whether this would have changed if I had increased the population cap, or would it have just been worse with more troops clogging up everything. Like I could have set population cap of 500. However, I think I will end this here since this isn't gonna go very far. So yeah, it's gonna end up quite stalemate, or maybe slowly get kings, and it could take quite a while. So in the end, basically 2 people from our team resigned, both Red and Yellow, which kind of sucked, since Red was sitting at their flags, so we couldn't kill them off, and there was only 2 of them left alive as well, and they had 0 points, and we had 9 out of 20, and this was after 2 hours, and so yeah, it could have gone on for another 2 hours, or even longer, or just people give up. I think most of the time people just gave up. This wasn't ranked, so it's nothing to really lose, although it was maybe a waste of time by playing quite a lot of it. But yeah, so with Red sitting in the base, only he could get the kings, and then there was a king alive and we can control them, so we couldn't do anything, which was a bit boring. So I just left in the end after 2 hours of playing this. It is quite fun. It's good for if you want just a big mash of troops together and you're trying to counter each other. If you manage to counter each other, then you might be able to get away with it. But yeah, it is very much just a stalemate. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.